What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a very exciting Liverpool transfer news video. In this video we will talk about James Maddison because many different pundits have urged Liverpool to sign James Maddison this summer. Do you think he's good enough right now to play for Liverpool? Do you think he's worth like the quoted 70-80 million pounds? Newspapers are even mentioning Manchester United trying to get him for 100 million pounds. I don't think he's worth anywhere near that because he only had one good full season in the Premier League and it would be very difficult to price him away from Leicester City. So let me know in the comments below, do you want Liverpool to sign James Maddison? Do you think we need a kind of player like a goal scorer and an attacking midfielder like him? And of course, if you enjoy these transfer news videos, leave a like, it just takes a second, it really helps me out, and subscribe, turn on the bell notification so you never miss the latest Liverpool transfer news on this channel. And former Liverpool winger Jimmy Carter has urged the Liverpool to actually beat Manchester United to the signature of James Maddison. He is claiming that Madison is worth 100 million. I don't agree with him, but let's hear what he has to say. James Maddison seems like a perfect fit for Liverpool. That's what Carter told a radio station. For me, if Liverpool were to get him, they are talking about 70-75 million. I would pay 100 million to get James Maddison into the midfield at Liverpool, and he would be an instant success. He would be a remarkable player and an acquisition for Liverpool FC. I would love to see James Maddison slot into that Liverpool midfield, because what you have got is the likes of Fabinho, Henderson, who are more holding midfield players, not really renowned for their creativity, even though Henderson is showing more creativity now than he has before. And if I'm Leicester, I'm not letting him go anywhere. And Steve Nicol told ESPN, he's a pundit working there, if I'm Manchester United in particular, I'm going to sign James Maddison. Man United are going to have to speculate a lot on this transfer window. They need a lot and they need players that they can rely on. Well, every player is always looking at those teams. That's where they all want to go and that's where we all want to play. As a player, you are always looking up to see who is ahead of you and you want to play for the best at the time, and he will be no different. I would suggest that the question is, would those teams be looking at this guy and saying, can you play in my team? Well, I will tell you now, Liverpool have just won the Champions League. I would like him in Liverpool's team. He can play at the top level. Maybe a starter for me. He would be a starter, James Maddison. That's what Steve Nicol actually said. He is a player who does, in my opinion, all the things that Jurgen Klopp wants his midfield three to do right now. You put him in the middle, I would suggest, because Jordan Henderson's the captain right now, it would have to be ahead of Gini Wijnaldum. I think Wijnaldum starts right now because he has a goal or two in him, but for me, Madison would take over that because he has a goal or two in him as well. He's a guy that gets around the pitch, who does the hard work. He can get from box to box and has an eye for a pass and an assist. You've got a player coming in Madison who makes the starting 11 better already. Would he make the starting 11 better? Arguably so, but he wouldn't make it better by 100 million pounds or better by 80 or 70 million pounds. I don't think he is a level above the likes of Wijnaldum or Naby Keita. I think they are actually on similar level, and you could argue that Wijnaldum has more experience and Wijnaldum has more goals in his game. I mean, James Maddison, you thought that he would score a lot of goals in the Premier League because he scored 15 goals for Norwich, but that was in the Championship, and now only 7 goals in total in the Premier League is not like an outstanding return. It's not a number that you would say, oh wow, Liverpool have to get this guy. So he is a good player, but is he really worth 80 million pounds? I don't think so. I think the realistic transfer fee would be about 40-50 million pounds, just because he's a young player, he's very talented. There is maybe a world-class player developing there, but because he's in the Premier League, because he's Premier League proven, because you are getting one of the key players from Leicester City, they would demand an incredible transfer fee, a huge transfer fee for James Maddison. And I don't think don't think Liverpool should go all out to get him. And actually, ESPN pundit Stuart Robson has warned Jurgen Klopp off signing James Maddison. This is what he said. The reason he's got more goals and more assists is that he plays higher up the field than the Liverpool free midfield players. The free Liverpool midfield players, they have a holding midfield player, Fabinho, and the other two can be quite deep at times as well. They've got free front players that make runs into the box. The reason Maddison's got more goals and more assists is that he plays higher up the field than the Liverpool midfield players, and the midfield players don't do that quite as much at Liverpool. Maddison is an out-and-out number 10. I don't know where Stevie Nicol said he's a good defensive player, because that is his one weakness actually. I'm not sure he would be able to press the ball and close down like Jurgen Klopp wants his midfielders to do. So if he wants someone to pick a pass, Maddison is your player, definitely. If you want someone to shoot from distance, Maddison is your player as well. Free kicks, everything he can do offensively. But defensively, I'm not sure he's the same sort of player as you've got in there at the moment. And that's actually a very, very good point by Stuart Robson, that Maddison got so many goals. I mean, 7 goals is not like an incredible amount, but he got more goals than most of Liverpool's midfield players, because he's playing just off Jamie Vardy. He is actually the player that is usually the furthest forward in Liverpool, in Leicester City's midfield. And you could see that even Yuri Tielemans, when he had the license to get into the box in the second half of the season, he scored a few goals as well. And I definitely, James Maddison would be a good transfer, don't get me wrong, but is he worth 70-80 million? I don't think so. But I thought I would make a video on him because he's an interesting player to talk about. So I'm really fascinated to read your comments and see what you think about this guy, how much he's worth. And also, I thought it will be interesting to see what 3 different pundits think about James Maddison and how he would fit in at Liverpool. And I just wanted to give my opinion as well, that James Maddison would be a good player, but he's not miles better than Henderson, than Wijnaldum, than Naby Keita, than Xherdan Shaqiri. And if we are signing a player for 70 or 80 million pounds, he should be a miles better than Wijnaldum or Shaqiri or Naby Keita in terms of goal scoring, in terms of what he brings to Liverpool. And that's just my opinion. I found a brilliant, fascinating interview with Jordan Henderson about the Champions League final win, and he said that night was not about me. He thinks that Jurgen Klopp and James Milner should have lifted the Champions League trophy with him. And this is what he said. I think this is a fascinating interview, so let me tell you what Jordan Henderson said. All I have ever wanted is to play football, and it is a dream to do it for this club, Liverpool. But that night was not about me lifting the trophy. I felt Milner and the gaffer should have lifted it together. It is quite a remarkable admission. Milner gave the idea short shrift, and Jurgen Klopp also thought that Henderson should go up the stage alone and lifted the trophy. And this is what Henderson said, and I quote, "It wasn't about me standing at the front lifting the trophy, it was about the team. When I look back and see the faces of the lads, that's what means more to me." I asked Milner, because he's such a big part of the squad. I wear the armband when I play, but Milner has worn it a lot of times as well. He's a big part of the dressing room. I felt as though he deserved to lift the trophy along with other people, but also the manager. What we did that night wouldn't have been possible without him. But when I asked him, he said no. The photo would have meant the same if the manager was lifting the trophy and I was stood behind him. It was about the whole night, and it was an amazing night just to be involved in. Amazing and also surreal. And he commented on the emotional meeting with his father, Brian Henderson, after the match. This is what he said: "I still don't know how he got to the pitch." Before the game you think if we win everybody will be on the tables, but when I got back to the hotel, I was like a shell. I was so overwhelmed. I just couldn't take it all in. It was as if I wasn't there. It was so emotionally and physically draining. A few of the lads asked, "Are you alright?" I went to bed pretty late, but just lay there looking at the ceiling. The alarm goes off, up you get, and I was like a zombie. Then you go on the parade, and that's overwhelming as well. Those 2 days take it out of you so much. It took a while to get back to normal. And I fully understand. I mean, the parade and the celebrations, it must have been exhausting physically and mentally, but it was so special to see hundreds of thousands of Liverpool fans line the streets and just celebrate with the team. I downloaded the whole trophy celebration recording, and I will watch it even many years from now. And Liverpool cannot afford to sit back and admire what they have done. They have the chance to win 2 more trophies next month, the Super Cup and the Community Shield, and Henderson wants things to get back to how they were. This is what he said: "We have a lot of big games coming up straight away, so we need to be ready. We have come a long way in the last few years. We want that journey to continue." So Henderson basically doesn't want this big Champions League trophy, as big as it is, to be a one-off, to be just one trophy that Liverpool win during Jurgen Klopp's tenure. And this is what Henderson said about the future. "We have been talking for the last few seasons about being so close to winning a trophy. We kept going, kept fighting, and now we have got that major trophy, and we want to win more. We want to use this to propel us. We don't want to win one trophy and that's it. We have come a long way in the last few years, and we just want to continue on the journey. And that curve riding up, keep improving. Everybody will want to beat us. We are the European champions. So we have a target on our back." I felt that was the case last season anyway, and has been for a long time. Everybody wants to beat Liverpool. We have to deal with that like we have done before. Football moves so quickly that you want to focus on the future and not get caught up in what you have or haven't achieved in the past. It's about moving forward and wanting more, and that's the winner's mentality. That's what you need to have. That's the kind of mentality that you need to have in the future. Liverpool just have to wipe their memory a little bit and just forget about last season and concentrate on this season and try to achieve as much as possible, try to win as many games as possible, win as many trophies as possible, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a great ride, even though pre-season has been wobbly. Liverpool have to get their fitness up in a very short space of time. So Jurgen Klopp himself said after the Napoli game that we are just knackered. We are training every day and also playing sometimes on the same day as a heavy training session, and that's why the legs are heavy. But Liverpool don't have time to rest. We have to get our fitness into top peak condition by the time we start the season in just a week's time. And for example, Napoli start the season on August the 24th, so they have 3 more weeks to prepare. So they are probably at this moment doing light training sessions, and they were just fresher for the game, and you could see that. And FSG's chairman, Liverpool's chairman, Tom Werner, was quietly confident in an interview given to LFC TV, and he had a bullish optimism about the upcoming season. This is what he said: "This is the start of a resurgence. I don't look at this as a pinnacle, winning the Champions League. We are focused on this year and have a lot to accomplish. We are focused on next month and the Community Shield. We know we have formidable competition, but hopefully we will win the Premier League this season, and it will be another great chapter. We would like to win as many trophies this year as possible. What we want to do is honor the relationship we have with our fans by creating memories that last for a lifetime. We are all going in the same direction, and we also want to be good in the community. We know what the meaning is for Liverpool to all our supporters, and I think this is a very good sentiment, that even the owners are focused on the future, and they want to win as many trophies as possible, and I'm very, very much looking forward to the new season and see how many trophies Liverpool will be getting. So Joe Gomez was undoubtedly #1 choice centre-back alongside Virgil van Dijk before his long injury. So now, because his replacement Joao Matip was so good, he was world class in Joe Gomez's absence, Jurgen Klopp has probably the biggest headache who to start against Norwich City in the Premier League, Joe Gomez or Joao Matip. And this is what Joe Gomez said. And at the end of the day, I'm in the same position as everyone else. We are here, we are fit, we are playing, so that's all we can focus on. Ryan Brewster, for example, is just like a breath of fresh air. He enjoys football, he's got that perfect balance of confidence, but not arrogance and just enjoyment. Sometimes you lose track of that in the game, and it's important to just enjoy what we do, and Ryan is the prime example of that. And I think Gomez certainly has the right attitude, with Matip probably the same. Whoever starts the season as #1 centre-back alongside Van Dijk, they will know that the battle is not over, and this is what you want. You want competition for places. You want great players like Joe Gomez and Joao Matip fighting it out during the season. Who is the main defender alongside Van Dijk, because I don't think Van Dijk's place is in question. He is just a level above the other defenders at Liverpool. Both players are likely to feature a lot with many matches to come for Liverpool, so I think both players will have a chance to prove themselves to Jurgen Klopp. And also I'm so looking forward to Ryan Brewster. I really hope that we give him a run out on the wing against Lyon in our last preseason game, because I really want to see how Ryan Brewster copes with being a winger instead of playing down the middle as a regular striker. I really want to see how Ryan Brewster can develop, and I think playing him on the wing could be another good exercise for Jurgen Klopp in preseason, to try Brewster out to see how he does on the wing. Maybe it will suit him, maybe not, but at least give him a chance to try a position like that in preseason where there is no risk. So I'm really looking forward to the season. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you later, guys. Goodbye.